Vincent Reza.
Hi, Jim Morrison.
How are you doing today, sir?
Honestly, I haven't had much time to think about it now.
Why is that?
It was kind of just, busy day at work. I just got back into town. My friend, he's just like, he's been nagging me lately. He's one of those friends, he's just on my case for no reason. I'm like, man, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real,
Where were you out of town?
It's my job. So I'm a pilot, and my friend, is like my co-pilot.
Okay.
So like I'm sitting here flying through the air, and he's just sitting here, and he's the only person I get to hear all day long.
Yeah,
He's
I
just
can
sitting
imagine
here.
that gets a bit frustrating.
Yeah, so he was just, he kept talking to me, and it's been probably like a solid week or two of this, and I finally just decided, schedule an appointment with an advisor, and so.
I'm glad I got you in here. I'm really happy you came today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was there anything in particular you wanted to talk about today?
So, I have a 21-year-old son.
Okay.
He just graduated college.
What's his name?
Josh.
Okay.
My wife, for some reason, wanted to give him like a close name to me, which I think
Okay.
is weird. So like she could just be like
Jim, Josh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim and Josh, come downstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh, it's awful. She gets me mixed up with her son. It was so weird.
Mm.
Yeah.
So how long have you been married?
Actually, my wife died like 10 years ago. I
Oh,
kind
man.
of like still bring it up. It was really difficult at the time, but I kind of, to like help me get through it, like some people, like when they go through grief, like I was just like, hey, I picked up more hours at work, and it was kind of bad for the kid, but so like his aunt, like my sister, played like a pretty big role in his life at the time, and then like when I got out of my little rut, because I really loved her.
It's really nice to have a support system like that.
Yeah, it is really nice. I agree.
So tell me more about your son.
So he just graduated college. He's 21, and
Where did you go?
he actually went to Texas Tech. So
Okay,
he's
nice.
Like, he's like right down the street.
Yeah, okay.
Like, bother him.
Uh-huh.
Like, hey, let's go to the Tech game.
What was his major?
He was actually mechanical engineering.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so he actually is, planning on going down to Dallas to get a job. Have you ever heard of like Raytheon?
I've not.
It's kind of like a big robotics company.
Okay.
It's like he thinks that's going to be like a pretty big thing is robotics.
Uh-huh.
So he's just been talking with people, and Raytheon came up to him one day at a job fair out here, and just offered him a job. Makes about. Or they said he's going to make probably about 85K.
That's really nice coming out of college.
Yeah, they really like him. He has a 4.0.
That's impressive. It sounds like he's really passionate about that, so that's nice.
I mean, like ever since like he was a little kid, like he used to like fiddle around with the toy robots and stuff like that. But I just thought it was like kind of cool that he like did that. Like I've never been like that good with my hands or anything like that, or like really good working with like mechanical things.
So now you can call him up whenever you need something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's coming from a pilot.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
Exactly.
And then also another thing, like my friend was talking to me about it. I don't know why, it just slipped my mind. It was super weird. But so I haven't this is like one of the main reasons I came to talk to you. So I've been paying for my kids' college because I'm one of those parents. And I was just like, hey man, I have like some money left over, and well, I mean not money left over, but I'm not gonna have to pay for his college anymore, now that he's gone through, and so I don't know what to do with that money, if that's the right thing to say.
The money you were previously putting in his first college education?
Yeah, well, I was just helping him, or I wouldn't say I was helping him pay for it, but I paid for his rent, and then his I paid for his total schooling, books, everything. But all his food, I made him get a job through college, teach him a little bit of value with the money. And then so since he's my only heir, I haven't even drafted a will, and
Okay.
I've been kind of scared because my wife, passed away 10 years ago, and everything just came to me. So I have, I'm just kind of stockpiled right now.
Right. Well, I think it's it's important that eventually you end up drafting a will, hopefully sooner rather than later. There's definitely a lot of benefits to having that. As far as the money you're putting toward, no longer putting towards education, yeah, we definitely find out the best area for you to incorporate that. Is there anything on the horizon, or you got some expenses, anything like that?
Now that I think about it, I just want to retire in 20 years, nice retirement. If I meet a wife, just have, or like meet another girl,
Yeah.
I want to marry her, just have, like a good retirement with each other. Cause like, I feel like that's like something important to me. Like I want to have like a good retirement, and I want to like retire by the time I'm age, like 65, usual retirement age. But,
And what does that look like to you, retirement?
my retirement right now, I have about, I want to say around 800K. I think about 800K saved for retirement. And then I have about 300,000 in my savings right now. My friend, like, he mentioned something about, I forgot what it's called. I think it's an emergency fund, I want to call it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So he said, like, maybe I should, like, like talk to you about like this emergency fund, because if I get hurt, like my wife, I don't have her around anymore, so it's just me providing for myself.
Well, I will say, since your son is able to be on his own feet now, it's still important to have an emergency fund, but you have a little more leeway. We usually recommend about 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Do you know about how many, if you were to lose, for some reason you were to lose your job today, do you know about how long you'd be able to last given your expenses?
Right now, well, assuming like I didn't bring any more money in, and I probably spent about, I want to say 60K of my annual salary each year. I probably could last, because I have like a savings of like about 300,000. I probably could last 5 years.
5 years on your savings?
Yeah, because I have about like 60,000 in my savings. If you just do the math, it's about 300K, right?
So you've got a pretty good problem. So it sounds like you have more than 3 to 6 months. So you have a lot of income that we're going to be able to work with. As far as some investments, maybe saving for retirement, if you wanted to do something like that. We also have, as far as saving for.
So like, are you like? I'm kind of like just a little confused right now.
Okay.
So I just, like with all that, like, I'm still like nervous, because like I feel like I'm like, I don't like to do like risky stuff. Like, I'm kind of like scared of the stock market. I just don't want to,
You'd like to keep it in your checking or savings account?
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't, accumulate much, but I'm just kind of scared, So, and my friend, like, he knows about it, and he just wants me to like come talk to you, because I'm pretty good friends with this guy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot we could do, given your situation right now. I feel that you don't need, it's not that risky to be even in some sort of stock portfolio, considering you have enough liquidity right now to last you said 5 years, was it? So your money right now is just stagnating, and I don't know how you see your retirement going, but if you want to improve life after working, definitely you should consider maybe investing in some sort of portfolio. Now, to avoid risks, so we're just going to diversify. We won't put you past something you're not comfortable with. We'll try to limit as best we can the potential losses.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's good. Go ahead.
Like what you're saying, I'm just like trying to understand this, because like I really don't know much about it.
Okay.
I'm just and like it's kind of like weird to say, but because like so much about it, but like the portfolios, like what like specifically would be in it? Because like if I'm pretty risk averse, like like what you're saying, like I don't like risk. like what, like could like I just get like a, like a decent portfolio, maybe give me like a little, just decent gains? Like I'm not expecting anything crazy.
Yeah, well, we definitely, due to your risk aversion, we'll probably just try to keep you something that maybe maintains above maybe the market right now as far as inflation, so that way you're not losing money over time. But what that would look like is, so we put you in a bunch of different funds or ETFs or some sort of fund that you'll be able to have that cover a lot of areas of the market. So for example, it could be in the US or abroad, and what that allows us to do is limit the amount of risk, which, because you have certain correlations with different stocks. I don't want to get too far into it, but basically it allows you to limit your potential losses, and you still get a pretty decent gain. So you won't be taking much risk, but we'll definitely make sure it's something you're comfortable with moving forward.
Okay, and then, like, it's just like, like I'm still like a little nervous about this. I know it's like repetitive to just like keep bringing up stuff that you explained, but like, like to me, like I like run all my own finances. I do my own taxes, but like, like this is just like a new area for me, so I'm getting like a little nervous. Like, can you just, maybe like explain a little bit more about the will? Because like, I don't know what it is about the will. It just kind of makes me nervous, and I want to have like everything lined up just to make sure that it's okay.
So I'm sure you know a little bit about the process, considering your recent losses. However, what will be able to allow you to do is avoid probate, so you wouldn't have to go through the courts to determine where your assets are going. So for example, I'm going to assume you want to give a lot away to your son, correct? If you don't have a will in place, it will be up to somebody you maybe don't want to take care of your money, and they will be the ones who determine where everything goes. The problem with that is even if your son somehow becomes the executor of your will, it's really hard for people to imagine what the person who died, their wishes were, and it becomes a taxing situation handling someone's estate if they didn't have a will in place. So you're really helping out those you care about by putting the will in place. That's why we'd highly suggest it. And also you avoid a lot of costs that go into going through probate if you were to die intestate. So I would highly suggest drafting a will.
So, just, like, I haven't given you, like, any of my finances. I kind of wanted to, meet you first, make sure everything was going okay, not, like, make sure, like, I got along with you, like, everything like that. But, so what do you think would be, like, a decent number for, like, my retirement,
Well, that's really based on your goals. I mean, there's no real number for you that right now. I'm not sure what you're wanting to do at retirement. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have anything you like to do that you want to continue doing?
So, I'm a pilot, so I don't like necessarily being up in the air in my free time. So I don't look very athletic, but I kind of like to play some sports.
Okay.
I think they're really interesting.
What kind of sports do you like?
Right now I'm really into basketball and golf.
Okay.
They're just really good, and I really enjoy them as a person. And I haven't been to, like, I'm not really into watching golf, but basketball, I really love.
Do you have any favorite teams?
Yeah, actually I do. Like,
Who's
a
your
favorite, the Dallas Mavericks?
I do know the Dallas Mavericks. Big Dallas Mavericks fan.
Yes.
I've been a Dirk fan forever.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss him whenever he retires. It's gonna be so depressing, like, when I think about it. Like,
it is. He brought us a championship. You can't forget that.
Yeah, like, that is true, but it would be cool. Like, so I've been thinking about this for a while, and my son's moving to Dallas, so I'm not going to be around him. I was kind of thinking about with my retirement, just moving up and selling my house, and then just moving to Florida and like I don't have like any debts right now. Like all my mortgage is paid off. Like I pay off a car as soon as like I get the car, I just pay it off instantly. Like I take out the loan and then just pay it off, so you know it doesn't accumulate any interest on it. And then on the house, you know, when my wife passed away a while back, we had like life insurance on her because she was making, you know, just about the same amount of money as me, and I had life insurance on her, and you know that pretty much took care of all the debts, and you know, it was just kind of nice that she. Well, not that she died, but
Right, you were able to prepare for the future
yeah,
in the way
we
you
were able
did.
to prepare for the future. But
So what kind of value do you think your house would be able to bring on the market?
when I think about it, I just being like kind of generous, like probably about 350,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever I sell it, but I'm also thinking about like, you know, it can change in the next 20 years. Like if I want to go to Florida or Dallas, because. You know, like I could just, you know, really start missing my son since he's going to go work in Dallas. Like I was really thinking about maybe, you know, just going and living